Hello dear students, I am Dr. Sangram Patil and today we will be looking at database handling through Python programming. Here I am considering backend as a MySQL server. Already I have opened multiple screens in this to show you practically how it is going to work. So if we check this, multiple screens are open. So first of all, we have to start with XAMPP server. I am using XAMPP server for MySQL server. So currently I have already started this. If you have not installed, please install XAMPP server. And this port is 3306, which is working on 3306. So already I have started the XAMPP server. Then second screen I have already opened is MySQL workbench. Now in this MySQL workbench, I have done lots of things. Focus only on this part, left hand side part. We have course student, we have course table, student fees table. I have done procedures, some procedures and some all data. This last topic is calling procedure through Python and all. So for that it is done, already done. And I have opened one more window, that is our Python programming. Okay, so I will show you live also how it will work, what will the output and all everything. But initially we will start with the PPTs. So again, good evening all. I am Dr. Sangram Patil. I am recording this video to demonstrate you database handling through Python programming, MySQL. Okay. So here I am considering three tables: course, student and student fees table within MySQL. Course table is having attributes as CNO, CNAME, duration and fees. You can say attributes, you can say fields, you can say columns, whatever you want. Everything is same. नाम में क्या रखा है शेक्सपियर ने कहा है, लेकिन ये नाम इंपॉर्टेंट है, लेकिन कुछ भी रखो, ठीक है, ओके. Then student table in which we have RNO, SNAME, address, mobile number and CNO. You can say attribute, column and all, जैसे मैंने कहा कुछ भी कर सकते हो. And in student fees we have receipt number, receipt date, roll number and receipt amount. These three tables I have already created in MySQL. Some data is also inserted. Afterwards we are going to insert some data from MySQL also, and then we are going to retrieve data from some data we are going to insert through Python. We are going to retrieve the data, we are going to modify the data, as well as we are trying to call the procedures. Next, before starting directly programming, few things we have to do compulsory. That is, first of all, start the XAMPP server, start MySQL, whatever platform you are using. I am using MySQL workbench. So already I have started, I have shown you. You start it. Then come to the Python. It may be Python prompt, or it may be some notebook, Jupyter notebook and all, or some Anaconda software. I am using here GUI, PyCharm GUI for writing programming in Python. So to handle MySQL database into the Python, we have to install the package given by the MySQL server. So that you can install with the help of Python -m pip install mysql-connector.python. Either do it like this or pip install mysql connector-python. How to do it? I will show you how to do it. Okay, I will show it here directly. Okay, if you go to the PyCharm, okay, in PyCharm go to the terminal. Okay, I hope you are knowing working with PyCharm and all. And then here you can give pip install mysql connector-python. Pip install mysql connector-python. I have already installed, so it will work directly. But here it gives you this requirement is already satisfied. And after that, what you have to do is go to the file and then go to the settings. File, settings, and in file settings you go to the interpreter here in this settings box, you go to the interpreter. It will go to the project interpreter, and in project interpreter it will show you all the packages you have installed for this particular environment. And if it is not showing this MySQL connector.python, click on this plus sign. If it is not showing, okay, because already we have installed, so it is showing. But if it is not showing, then you click on this plus sign and then type here MySQL, okay, dash connector dash python, like this. Here you select it and click on install package. Okay, that you have to install. Already we have installed, so I think it will give you it is already installed. Okay, so install it. That is first part of making the environment ready for MySQL database to handle into the Python is over. First part is over. Okay, now here it gives you package installed successfully. So stop this and click on OK. Now after click on OK, our part is over. Like first part, starting MySQL Server and installing the corresponding package for our database handling in Python is over. Okay, so we have to install either python -m pip install MySQL connector python or pip install. You check which will work. Generally, if you are working with Python, the second command will work, no problem. Now, to work with the data, the package which we have installed, that package we have to import in our program. So for that we have to use import mysql.connector, or you can use import mysql.connector as con. You can give alias name. Otherwise, in whole program we have to use mysql.connector.connection or whatever we want to access member variables or member functions. Whenever we want to access from this package, every time we have to give mysql.connector. Instead of that, we can give alias name also. Okay. Then after making this, after importing it, the next line of the code is making the connection. Now to make the connection, we can use cn equal to mysql.connector.connect. If we have not given alias name, then we have to give mysql.connector.connect, or if we have given alias name, that is second one, import mysql.connector as con, we can give con.connector. Now first is localhost, that is the server name. Now this demo I am giving on my laptop. So I have installed MySQL Server for a single machine. So I am giving here localhost. So I am giving here localhost. Okay, if it is an actual client server technology, then we have to give server name here. Instead of localhost, we have to give server name where that actually hosting. And then we have to give user and then password. I am using by default user as a root. If you have a username, then you can give here username, you can give password, and then port. Port is optional. If it is required, then give it, otherwise don't give it. This port number we have to take from a XAMPP server. That's why I have given this as a green. Okay, so this creates your object cn, which will connect to the MySQL. Okay, now to check whether it is connected or not, we can use if cn. That means if connection is established, it will print OK. If connection is not established, it will give you not OK. Okay. So I will show this. I have already written one program for this in a PyCharm. So already I am considering that you are already working with PyCharm and all. Okay. So if just check how to work with PyCharm. Okay. Then this is the first statement which we have to give. This is not in program. This is for your reference I have given. So I am importing connection, I am importing connector, and then connection object is created. If everything is fine, it gives you connection OK. If there is some problem, it will give you connection error and end. Write the program and then right click and run the test. So here it will give you the output. What will be the output of the program? So here check here, connection is successful. If I give here something other than this, like I have given a password which is not there, and if I run this now, connection will not be successful and it will generate the error because password is not there. Okay, access denied user root. So it will give error. Okay. Because connection is not established here. Okay. So and now we have to give error handling and all. If connection is not successful, we have to give error. Okay. Raise get exception, if that is a part of exception handling. So now our connection is established. So it gives you connection is successful. Okay. See here. Now to show all the databases, whether your database is present or not in your database, we can use this show database. This program we can use. Okay. So after making a connection, we have to create one cursor object, and with the help of cursor object only we can access the database from a MySQL server. We can access the tables, we can access procedures, we can access view, whatever we want to do. We want to insert data, we want to update data, we want to delete data, everything we can do with the help of cursor. So we need a cursor object. So if connection is successful, then I have created cursor object, and to show all the databases from SQL server, this program is written. If you want to check all the databases name, we can use this. This is not required for you now, because we are considering that already database is present, and from that database we are accessing the data. But still I will show you this, that already how to fetch data. Already I have written this program. I have already written this program, and this show database is a reserved word. Show databases is a reserved word that I am assigning into the string, and that I am using here. Directly this also you can write it here, no problem. So this will make the connection with your SQL server, which is connected with this port, and then after making a connection it will create a cursor object, and then it will try to display all the database names from your server. Now check whether how many databases we have in MySQL. This is a workbench. So this is my database is examdb, PHP myadmin, test database. So these three databases already I have created. Okay, and in this database, in test database, I have tables as course, coursehold, student, and student fees. Okay, so now if I run this program, right click and run. If I run this program, check here, it will display all the databases. This is our examdb that we have created, then test we have created, and PHP myadmin which we have created. These are the database which is there by default, given by the system. We don't have to worry about this. And our database is, our tables are present within a test. So we are going to work with the test. So in this example, we have not mentioned any name of the database. Just we are trying to make connection with the server. And once the connection with the server is over, then we can do the database. We can do the other activities. The most important part in database handling or MySQL server handling in a Python is, first of all, or basically in any programming language, first of all, you try to make the connection. Don't write whole program. Make the connection first. And once the connection is established, you can do anything, whatever you want. You can insert, you can modify, you can delete, you can fetch the trigger, you can fetch the procedure data, you can modify the tables, you can create tables, you can delete table, anything you want to do. But important is you have to make the connection. Once the connection is done, it is easy, done. It is, you can do anything. Okay, so I will go to the PPT. Okay, so it will show the databases. Now here I have given whole program. Instead of giving step by step, first of all import the connection, import the program for the connector, then create the object connection. If connection is successful, create the cursor, show the databases. Okay, now I want to fetch data from a table. Already we have discussed that we have three tables, course, student, and student fees, and from that I want to display the data. To display the data, there are two different techniques. One is using cursor and one is using result set. You can use any one, no problem. Okay, now check the previous connection statement. We have given the previous connection statement like this: cn equal to MySQL connect connector.connect, host, username, password, and port. Here we have not mentioned any database, and now we have to mention the database, because in MySQL table is present within a database. This only makes connection with your MySQL server. And whenever you want to fetch data from a table, you have to mention the name of the database. That database name I am mentioning here. Database is equal to test. Okay, so we have to mention the database. Whatever database name you have given, I have given school database while taking these lectures in a classroom. I have given maybe school, so that you have to mention your school, whatever you have created. I think name is also something wrong. Database, small change in there is name database, DATABASE. Program में वो सही होगा. Okay, now here it is correct. Okay, so this program, I want to display data from a course table using cursor. There are two different techniques, using cursor and using result set. So first of all, we are importing connector. Then we are establishing connection with the database present on a MySQL server. Then to fetch a data, I want to display data. I want to fetch data from a course table. So I have given statement as select star from a course. Then after select star from a course, we want to display the data, and that display data I am using for loop. For r in cursor, print r. It will fetch the data into the cursor, and from a cursor it will fetch data one by one record into the r, and that data it will display here. After fetching data is over, you close the cursor and then close the connection. Important is every time you have to close the cursor and you have to close the connection. Okay. Second is your output will be like this. Okay, when you execute the program, already data is present within a table. That data it will display like this. Now second is using result set. So here import, make object, check whether it is connection, then cn.cursor, here it is a cursor, then execute select statement. After executing select statement, you fetch all the data from a cursor into the RES. We can use fetch one, we can use fetch all. Fetch one, it will fetch only one record. If only one value or one record comes in a cursor, you can use fetch one. Next examples I have done this. And then fetch all, because we have not given any where clause. So because of where clause is missing, it will fetch all the data from the table. So that data I am using into the, I am taking into the RES, and then for r in RES, print r, cursor.close, cursor.connection as. You can use any variable here, r. Okay, instead of r you can give any variable whichever you want. Okay, now I will show you both the programs. Fetch the data. Now this is the fetch data. Okay, using cursor, show the data using cursor, cursor.execute, and then cursor, close the cursor here. Now first of all, connection object is declared, then it is checked, connection is successful. You can remove this if you want. Then create the cursor object, then select r from cursor, and then we are displaying here. Then close the cursor. Then again we are creating the cursor object because we want to work with the record set. If you don't connect, then also it will work. If you remove this two statement, then also it will work, no problem. Whenever you are creating a new cursor or whenever you are executing a new select query, it will remove all the previous data, it will take new data, and then it will fetch the data, it will display the data. So now if I run this program, fetch the data, check here, it will display the data. It will take some time. Okay, so showing data using cursor, it will display this data, and this showing data using result set, it will display this data. Now check whether it is present into your SQL server. Where is my bench? Yes. And here I can give, I will just check. Okay, I will execute this process using test, and then I will check the data, select star from course. Okay, if I execute this, it will show me the data. Check this data. I have given this select star from course. It is displaying data 1 2 3 4 5 C# and all data. Check whether our program is giving same data. check here 5 C# programming. So now this is working exactly. Now after adding, whether it shows that we will check afterwards, मीन्स अगर नया रिकॉर्ड कोई और किया तो डिस्प्ले कर रहा है क्या हमारा प्रोग्राम, हम लोग देखेंगे करेगा, क्योंकि मैंने सब ऑलरेडी रन करके आपके पास रखा है ताकि टाइम बच जाए आपका. आई नो टाइम इज ए मनी, मुझे पता है भैया, तो इसलिए मैंने वो ऑलरेडी प्रोग्राम लिख के, ऐसे नहीं कि मैंने आपके सामने प्रोग्राम लिखना शुरू करूं तो आपको बोरिंग भी लगेगा, आपका टाइम भी जाएगा, मेरा भी टाइम जाएगा, सबका टाइम जाएगा, 1 घंटे के बजाय 2 घंटे हो जाएगा. इसलिए मैंने ऑलरेडी प्रोग्राम लिख के रखे, कॉपी पेस्ट करके रखे. सो नाउ we want to display only course name from the table. So if you want to display only course name from a table, here I have given, we can use print R1. So that will display only course name. Select star from course, it will display all the data. But if you want to display only selected field, then that we can mention with the help of index. In course table, we have CNO, CNAME, duration and fees. CNO index will be 0, CNAME index will be 1, duration will be 2, and fees will be 3. So we are giving R1. So I think I will check whether program is there to display selected data. Okay, no. So here I will try this. Okay, in this program only I will show you one more part. Here I will give R1 name. देखो अभी टाइम जा रहा है ना, तो ये टाइम नहीं जाना चाहिए, इसलिए मैंने वो ऑलरेडी करके रखा है. एंड देन फीस R0123. okay, or if you want only name and fees, you can give here like name and fees. Why to fetch all? So either you fetch all the data and display only selected data, or you give only CNAME and fees. Okay, and that all data will be displayed. There are two different techniques. You fetch all the data, and using index you can display whatever data you want, or in select query only mention this. So this is the best idea, mentioning only limited attributes or limited columns which we want. This is the best idea. But if I already written it, then we can fetch the data. Okay, check here. It is giving name equal to this, fees equal to this, because already we have written this. Because of this, it will give you this data, name and all. And here we have given CNAME and fees. So here it gives you CNAME and fees directly. Okay, so there are two different techniques. We can refer using index. Remember this index, initial index starts with 0, or we can modify the select query, no problem. Now this all previous, they are displaying all the data. If we want to display selected data, then that we can display like this. First of all, take the course number. After course number, we can modify the select query. Select R from course where CNO equal to VCNO, and from that this CNO which is inputted by the user, it will display course name, duration and fees. Because in previous example we have not written where clause, so it will try to display all the data. In fetch data we have not mentioned any where clause, so it is displaying all the data. If you want to display only selected data, then we can do this. Take the course number from the user and add it into the select query like this. And then here I have given now fetch 1. Okay, because in course table generally CNO is a primary key. In student table roll number is a primary key. Okay, and in student fees receipt number is a primary key. In bill table bill number is a primary key. In item number is primary key. Like CNO is a primary key, so it will generate only a one record. This select query will generate only one record. So this fetch 1 is sufficient. Fetch 1 is sufficient. You don't give fetch all. Fetch all will give when multiple records are there. Here we are giving fetch 1 because only one record is there, and then we are displaying name, duration and fees because star is given, so 0 is CNO. Check this, run this, right click and run it. अगर ये फास्ट हो रहा है तो रुको, रिवाइंड करो, फिर से पढ़ो, आगे जाओ, फिर से सुनो, आगे जाओ, ऐसे करो. कोर्स नंबर, नाउ आई विल गिव कोर्स नंबर 3. ठीक है, कोर्स नंबर 3 is core Java and course duration is 6, fees is not mentioned. If I rerun this program and if I give course number 2, It will give me course name as C++ programming, duration as 2 and fees is 2500. Okay. Now I want to write a program to find out remaining fees of a student. Now to find out remaining fees, first of all, we have to find out total fees paid by the student. Our remaining fees is nothing but course fees minus paid fees will be remaining fees. So first of all, we are trying to find out here total fees paid by a student. Now my dear students or my dear friends, I am not here to teach you the select, update, insert queries or procedure and all. While making this video or while conducting this lecture, I am considering that you are already familiar with MySQL. आपको MySQL already आता है, ये समझ के मैं आगे कर रहा हूँ. अगर नहीं आता है तो मेरे MySQL के वीडियो चेक कर लेना, क्योंकि वो सिखाने के लिए यहाँ नहीं है, लेक्चर नहीं है. दिस इज ओनली प्योरली पाइथन से कैसे करेंगे हम लोग. तो इसलिए ये सिलेक्ट क्यूरी क्या है, ये अगर आपको MySQL पता नहीं है तो ये समझ नहीं आएगा. और मैं ये लेक्चर यहाँ ये सिखाने के लिए नहीं हूँ. मैं एक समझ रहा हूँ कि ऑलरेडी आपको आता है. जैसे अगर आप दृश्यम 2 देखने गए मूवी, तो किसको समझ आएगा, जिसने दृश्यम देखी है उसी को दृश्यम 2 समझ में आएगी, वरना वो समझ नहीं आएगी, क्योंकि वो दिस इज अ कनेक्टेड पार्ट, दृश्यम एंड दृश्यम 2. वैसे ही ये है, MySQL अगर आता है तो ही हम लोग पाइथन से डेटाबेस हैंडलिंग के लिए जाएंगे, तभी ये सब कर पाएंगे. तो इसलिए अगर नहीं है तो मेरे भाई, मेरे स्टूडेंट्स, आगे वीडियो मत देखना, क्योंकि आगे कुछ समझ नहीं आएगा, आपका टाइम वेस्ट हो जाएगा. कोई और यूट्यूब चैनल पे देखो, कोई और जाके वीडियोस देख लेना. यह मैं कंसिडर करो आपको पूरा आता है. एंड इफ यू आर नॉट नोइंग, आई एम एक्सट्रीमली सॉरी बट आई कांट टीच योर MySQL. माफ कर देना भैया मुझे, मैं सिखा नहीं पाऊंगा ये यहाँ. ठीक है. तो वी आर टेकिंग फर्स्ट रोल नंबर एंड देन यूजिंग दैट रोल नंबर we are trying to find out total paid fees. This is again a single record, so we are using fetch 1 and this is only single column, so this is a 0, only one column, so I am getting that as a VP fees. Okay, now next is to find out the course fees. Now we have the roll number and course fees present into the course table. So from the student table, this second select query, it takes in this, from the roll number we are taking a CNO, and that CNO we are comparing with the CNO in course table, and that fees we are taking into the VC fees. So in previous part we have taken paid fees, in this part we are fetching course fees, and course fees minus paid fees will be the remaining fees. So that is written over here, that is course fees minus paid fees will be the remaining fees. Check here, I think I have already written a program for this remaining fees. Yes, good. So first of all, I will small this. Okay. So first of all, we are mentioning this everything. Then I am reading roll number. From that roll number, I am getting total paid fees into the variable VF fees, and then course fees I am containing here. This roll number is compared into the student table with the roll number. We are fetching CNO. That CNO we are using here to get the fees, and that fees we are taking into the VC fees, and then remaining fees is nothing but VC fees minus paid fees, and then remaining. This indicates how to fetch the data. We can mention any type of a select query using cursor. It may be using aggregate function, it may be order by, it may be a group by, it may be a nested query, it may be a joining table, anything we can do. Okay, and then we are displaying the remaining fees. So again, run this remaining fees. I will give roll number 1, and then remaining fees is 1000. You can display course fees, you can display paid fees, then you can do anything, no problem. Okay. Now, inserting data into the table. I want to insert data into the table. To insert the data, we have two techniques, that is we can insert directly or we can take the data from the user. Let me check what I have given here. Okay, we are taking the data from the user first, course number, course name, duration and fees, and then we are creating insert statement, insert into course values, CNO, VC name, duration and fees, and then directly we are calling execute. Okay, so let me go to the program, insert data. Okay, first of all, connection is done. I am taking course number from the user, course name, duration, and fees. Here I am not converting anything because I am considering this as a string, and then I am creating one string. This string I am preparing, insert into course values. Now here it will take value of VCNO, here it will take value of VC name, V duration, and V fees. Curly bracket is given. So here F means it will take actual value of the variable. Okay. Now here the important part is, check this. Whenever you are trying to insert a data, check this. Whenever you are trying to insert data for a field whose data type is character, text, varchar or date, that data must be present within single quotes. So VCNO, comma, single quotes, single quotes, then name, single quotes complete, comma, like this. If you want to check the statement, you can use here print st. Okay, you can give the statement directly in execute also, but if some problem occurs, if some error occurs, to check that error, I have created this into the st. The best way is you try to create into some variable and then try to print that variable and then you execute it. And the important part is this: commit. Whatever changes you have done, those changes you have to save compulsory within a table. If your data, while creating a database, if you have created a database like save auto commit, then this commit is not required. But if auto commit is not there, you will insert a record, but you won't get that record next time. Once the server is closed, connection is closed, next time if you are fetching, you won't get the data. Okay, so that's why this commit is required. Then close the cursor and close the connection. Now let me execute this program. Course number I will give as 26. Okay, my date of birth is 26. Then course I will give as PHP programming. Duration I will give as a now 3, and fees I will give as a 5,000. So first of all, it will create insert statement, insert into course values 26 PHP programming 2 and 5, and then end. Now to check whether this inserted or not, you can go to the select data program, and through select data program, course number is 26, or you can run this program again to check whether data is present or not. Okay, so 26, yes, PHP. In SQL also you can check here whether data is there or not. You just run this. Okay, so where it is come? Okay, yes, here it is. Check here. This data is there, 26, which we have inserted right now. Okay, so now our program is working fine, no problem. So this is how we can insert data into the table. We can insert data into the table using procedure also. We can create a procedure into the MySQL, and that procedure we can call it through the Python programming. So here initially I have given the procedure. Okay, create procedure, the procedure name, CNO, VCNO, VC name, duration, V duration, and V fees. In is mentioned because it is we are taking value into the procedure. So procedure is having 3 parameters: in parameter, out parameter, and in out parameter. In parameter receives the value into the procedure, out parameter returns the value to the calling program, and if single value is there, data type is same, where we are receiving value and we are returning value, in that case we are going with the in out. Different database packages are having different techniques to mention input and output parameter. I am not going into again I am not going in detail into this. You should know procedure. So insert into course values VCNO, VC name, V duration, V fees. It will insert the data and then it will commit the data. Now already I have created the procedure into the MySQL. Already I have created somewhere. Okay, trigger is I have also created. procedure remaining fees. Somewhere, yes, it is created here. Okay. So this procedure already created here. I have already created the procedure. Okay. Now here, if already existing is there, you drop the procedure and then recreate it. And this statement is tentatively checks your procedure. In MySQL Server, how to check the procedure. This I have given here. And then I have checked here whether it is working perfectly or not. Now check here, first parameter is integer, second parameter is character, third is again integer, and fourth is again integer. So while passing the values to this calling procedure, first value must be integer, second must be character or string, third must be integer, and fourth must be integer. That's why when we are calling this, okay, we have converted here. Check here. VC now equal to integer input enter course number, because whatever data you input from the keyboard in a Python, by default that data is considered as a string. So we have to convert this as an integer. Then VC name equal to input enter course name. So here we are not converting because that we are taking as a string only, no problem. Next is duration and next is fees, that we have converted into the numeric because our procedure needs it. Okay, in our procedure, first parameter is integer, second is character, third is integer, and fourth is again integer. So here also we have to pass first parameter the integer, second is string, fourth and fifth, third and fourth is again integer. So we have converted this. Then cursor is created, parameter tuple is created. This open bracket, round bracket, and close round bracket indicates tuple because all parameters are input parameters. So we have to create this tuple, VCNO, VC name, duration, and fees. To call the procedure using cursor, we give cur.callproc. This is the reserved word, callproc. And then first parameter is name of the procedure, and second parameter is your parameters which you want to pass. Then commit, because already we have inserted there also we have commit also. In procedure also we have written commit, but for separate side here also we write commit. Cursor close, connection close. Just check it. Okay, calling procedure. Okay, calling procedure. We have taken course number, then we have taken name, duration, fees. Then cursor is created, parameter list is created, procedure is called, and then commit is done. Cursor, now right click and run procedure. Course number now I will give 27, Java script. Don't know how it is working. JavaScript, duration is 1 month, fees 2500. Okay, now to check whether data is there, go to the select data, right click, or you can use fetch data, right click and run this, run fetch data. It should display me Java. Okay, Java and script. It is not taking A because I have deleted that. Okay, Java and script. Check in MySQL also whether it is showing it you in MySQL. Where is MySQL? This is MySQL. Okay, course table. So if I run this, check here, 27, JavaScript, JScript. Can I modify here? No, okay. 1 and 2500. Okay. So this is how we can call a procedure. Now to this procedure we are only passing the values. Okay. If I want to create a procedure where I want to pass the value and then I want to retrieve a value, then this is the program, retrieving value from a procedure. Already we have done this, getting a remaining fees from the roll number. So I have created one procedure. In that procedure, first parameter is roll number, whose value we are fetching, and we are returning remaining fees. So its parameter is out. Now to get a remaining fees, we should know course fees and paid fees. And for the course fees and paid fees, we are declaring the variables. If you want to declare variables into the procedure, then those variables we declare after a begin using declare keyword. declare variable name and data type. Default is 0. VC fees I am taking as a variable for course fees. VP fees variable for paid fees. And then I am using here if null sum receipt number. If student has not paid the fees, you take it as a 0. If has paid the fees, get the sum of amount. Then select fees from a into VC fees from course where the same statement, and then R fees equal to VC fees minus VP fees. I am considering that you are familiar with procedure. Okay, and then now I will call this get a value. So first of all, we are taking roll number. Okay, I will check first procedure. Procedure already is written. I know procedure is written, but we have to check it. So where is the procedure? Okay, remaining fees. This is a procedure I have created as a remaining fees. Okay, so I am taking roll number as the input parameter and remaining fees we are returning. Then select sum of receipt amount into VP fees. Different database is having different techniques to take a data from the table and store into the variable. Different techniques are there. So here I am using into this variable from student fees where roll number equal to this. If null means if this value is not present, take it as a 0. अगर student fees pay की नहीं अभी तक pay नहीं किया तो 0 लेगा. Similarly, if course fees is not there, you take it as a 0 into the VC fees. So total paid fees of a student will come into the VP fees. Course fees will be paid into the VC fees, and then remaining fees is course fees minus paid fees. This procedure is already created. So here, okay. So this procedure name is PREM fees, and then I am using call prop. Now check here parameters. Type of parameter is now I have given into the square bracket that it becomes a list because we are passing a roll number and then we are getting a remaining fees. To get the remaining fees, it must be a list now because tuple cannot change a value. List can change a value. Then when this procedure is executed, that returning values will come into the RES. Now variable RES, it will consider that type of parameters, and in parameter we have two values. So in RES also we will get two values. First is roll number and second is remaining fees. Here it is 0, but when procedure is executed, that value comes into the RES, and then we are printing here remaining fees. Cursor close, connection close. Here we are not doing any commit because we are not doing any changes. Right click, run the program. Roll number 1, remaining fees is 1000. I will run this again. Roll number 2, remaining fees is 5000. Okay, so this is how we can receive value from the procedure. Okay, this is about database handling using Python. If you like this video, then please share with your friends so that they will also get the knowledge of how to handle database through Python. If you have not subscribed my channel yet, please subscribe the channel so that whenever I upload a new video, that will inform you. Thank you. Thank you.